Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Welcome to the Enter The Fangirls podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Lexie, and we're two girls with a slight obsession of everything pop culture.
Today we're doing the 10 show challenge.
Yes.
And we say that loosely because we couldn't narrow it down to 10, so we got 12 on here.
No.
But we're advertising this as a 10 show challenge.
As we should.
Yeah.
We got this idea from TikTok. Let me find the dude's name. His name on TikTok is Nick Clive Bixby 3.
Okay. Nick Clive Bixby 3. Thank you for your help in our podcast.
Technically, he did 2 10 show
I feel
challenges.
like we've had this list as an idea for like a while.
Yeah, I can't even remember the first time I sent it to you.
I just know it's been on here a long time.
Yeah. But
it says it was created February 23rd is where you put this on the list.
Oh, good. That feels like years ago.
It does.
But so he did 2 10 show challenges, and we had some difficulty coming up with some answers for some, just because we've watched a lot of TV shows over our course of our lifetime, and I could not remember how some of them panned out.
Also, like, some of them, like, are still going on, so it's hard to put for some of these. Like, some of them are, like, best and worst ending, and it's just like, hey, I can't put this show, like, it narrows it down to, like, only a few things.
And with my short-term memory.
Also, I have I've learned recently I have very, like, niche taste.
Yeah.
No, like, I just watch random things, so it makes it kind of hard.
Yes. No.
Yeah, we narrowed it down to 12. We were going to try to narrow it down to 10. It didn't happen.
No, but the ones that we had, we were really set on and, like, had stuff to talk about, so.
Yeah. Also, I'm just, like, having the hardest time trying to think of, like, what kind of thumbnail I make for this. So, like, I hope you like it when I do come up with it, because I have no idea what I'm making at this point.
I feel like just putting, like, different shows, like, posters.
True. I think that's what I did for, like, the 30-day movie challenge.
Yeah.
There's, like, stuff that, like, grips people in.
I know.
Like last week's episode. That's my favorite.
All-time favorite.
Yeah. But do we just want to jump in?
Do you want to read, like, the questions first?
Oh, that would probably be better.
Okay.
Do you want to read them?
Yeah, sure. So, the 12 questions are: the show that ended perfectly, the show that ended horribly, the show that you think is criminally underrated, you recommend it to all of your friends, you will live and die by the show, the show you loved as a kid and then you went back to it when you were older and it was just so disappointing, the show you know deep down in your heart is awful but you love it anyways, the show that at one point had you super hooked but then they lost you and they will never get you back again, the show that was just an absolute emotional roller coaster, it wrecked you, the show that you went into with, like, no expectations and actually turned out to be really good, the show that lost your interest seemingly for, like, no reason, like it didn't get bad, you just left, the show that you agree was good but not quite worth all the hype, the show that you think that people don't really give it a fair chance, probably because it reminds them of something else but it's actually pretty good, and the show that no matter how many people recommend, no matter how many people talk about how good it is, you just refuse to watch it for some reason.
And if you know us, please try and guess what we come up with for the answers. Because I feel like there are some people who know us who will be able to very easily pick what we have.
Oh, yeah.
These. Also, like, tell us your answers in the comments or, like, share those on Twitter.
TV show recommendations. Always.
Oh, my God, yes. Because I am now on a TV kick, which never happens.
No.
So, like, please give me recommendations.
I'm on a TV kick, but I'm also fully committed to a TV show right now that I still have 8 seasons to watch, so.
Yeah. You're also better with TV shows than I am. I'm, like, definitely the movie girl, as we've already discussed. You're the TV one, I'm the movie one.
Yeah.
So, like, when I'm in a TV mood, it's very rare.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Want to just start then?
Let's just get on.
Okay. Show that ended perfectly.
For me, it's Schitt's Creek.
That was my second choice.
It's just, I read something once I finished watching the show, and it's just like looking back from the first episode to where they were when the show ended, the amount that they've grown is just way too emotional.
I know.
Like, I hate it when people like they leave their home or
I
like
think that's
whatever.
what kept me from putting it as mine.
But it was just so perfect because like they were just so close knit and like really dependent on each other for everything. And the fact that they're kind of like off, like David's married, Alexis like was a college graduate, and Moira.
I also appreciate that it's a series finale that didn't make me uncontrollably sob. Like I was like happy, I teared up. Don't get me wrong, I cried a little bit.
Sobbed.
But like it didn't like make me like sad that it was ending. Like it felt natural. It like worked.
It wasn't something that I felt like forced. Were they signed on for what, 6 seasons?
I know.
It was a Canadian show, so maybe our fellow Canadian would help us out.
I have no idea.
Maybe they were, I don't remember, but
oh my god, wait, when you come to Canada, can we please go there?
Of course we can.
Okay. I really want to go, but no one else watches it.
How rude of them.
Alright.
What was I gonna say? But I think no, you're good. Honestly, just thank you to the Emmys for recognizing the show, because if they didn't, I really never would have really gotten into it.
It is really one of those shows that you're just like, okay, what's so special about it? And then you watch it and you're like, no, this deserves every ounce of the praise it gets.
It's like actually a special show. It's not like an Emmy, like oh, like it's a good show, like we can't think of anything else to give the award to. Like no, this show is like really good. It's
and the fact that it was written by like 2 of the main stars too, like
My Kings, Eugene and Dan.
And they act in it in every single episode and pretty much every scene too. Like it deserves every ounce of praise it gets.
Definitely. And it's a really quick watch, which I always love a quick watch.
It took me, I think, a week.
Yeah. And just I think you fall in love with all of them for their own little quirks and cute little reasons.
Moira is one of my favorite characters of all time.
So good, so good. So if you haven't watched Schitt's Creek, I highly recommend it. It's also really quotable too.
Very. Also, I can't listen to Simply the Best without thinking of Patrick's version.
Yeah.
Simply the Best, Patrick's version. That's what I want. I love it.
Stop.
I want it played at my wedding. Like, if I don't get proposed to the way David proposes to Patrick, I literally don't want it. Like, someone better do an interpretive dance of Simply the Best to me and then marry me. That's all I want. My standards are not that high.
If Moira Rose does not
officiate my wedding
in a full-on Pope.
Catherine O'Hara, as a fellow Canadian, will you please officiate my wedding one day?
Yes, that'd be everything.
Wait, okay. I always had to bring up Jamie Lee Curtis, but this YouTube channel I watch, she offered to officiate their wedding, and I'm like, I think I now need Catherine O'Hara and Jamie Lee Curtis to officiate my wedding one day.
That'd be actually everything.
Right? I think Jamie Lee Curtis would drop like an F-bomb, though. Oh,
That's
also,
fine.
Catherine has to deliver it in her Moira voice.
I can't even.
Dearly beloved. Oh my god, just kind of reminds me of Forrest Gump. Like Loki.
Wait, no. Oh my god, wait. Yes. I love that.
You know what? Moira could play Forrest Gump, but Tom Hanks could never play Moira Rose.
No. Never. But I was just thinking, when you come, I feel like you need to make the TikTok of the sound. The place I currently.
Wait, I'm saving that so I can.
Okay. And it'll be a cute little recap of your trip to New York.
Do you think it's on TikTok already?
Yeah, no, it is. I've seen. What is it? The place I.
Slice of paradise I like to call the town where I currently am. Won't you?
Yep, I'll do that.
Oh my god.
Should we do an episode on Schitt's Creek?
I mean, we kind of touched it on the comfort show episode.
Okay, but every time we talk about Schitt's Creek, we always have such a good time.
I know, because it's just so perfect.
Okay, mine doesn't all of a sudden, like, live up. I picked Friends.
But, like, Friends, it's like Schitt's Creek, Friends walked, so Schitt's Creek could run.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think I think friends just, like, I don't like when they move away, but I knew they were going to be friends still. What?
No, like, Schitt's Creek and Friends finale are, like, the same thing. Like, granted, they're all moving, they all have grown. Because, like, Rachel from the first episode to, like, the ending.
Rachel is very much like Alexis.
Alexis.
Well, she's kind of like a mix of, like, David and Alexis.
Yeah. I feel like Stevie's a Chandler.
Yeah. Alexis is also kind of Phoebe to me.
Yeah.
Like, kind of airy, but lovable.
Yeah.
But also maybe a little bit Monica. Kind of high strung.
Yeah. No, maybe it's Moira.
Is this an episode we could do where we could just, like, compare characters from our shows to a Friends?
Stop. Maybe.
Everyone is a Friends character, I'm convinced.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know who
I did have that one episode.
Chandler, I think.
I did have that one idea.
Oh my god, can we do that though?
Yeah, we can. We just have to really think about it.
Oh, I already know which characters I am. Like, I know it.
I'm like, I know some, but not like all.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
I picked
okay.
Friends.
This could be a long episode
already. Yeah, I picked Friends, and just, like, I cried too much during this finale. I have not watched it since, fun fact.
Really?
No, because it upsets me too much. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never watched it in full.
Yeah.
I just think, like, you know, Monica and Chandler, spoiler alert, spoilers are for this whole episode, but Monica and Chandler get their babies. Rachel gets off the plane. Ross and Rachel get back together. Like, Phoebe and Mike are living happily ever after. They had the best TV wedding in history. Do not come at me for that. And then Joey's just vibing. But, like, everybody was just at a good place. And I think it ended well. And that final shot makes me sob like a baby. But it's so
good.
Like, I'm thinking about it now and I have, like, chills.
Yeah, I'm getting
chills.
Love it. Like, thinking of them panning through the apartment.
Also, just, like, I know I, like, binged it, but, like, it felt like the end of an era when I watched it, because it kind of is in a sense. Like, you go through a decade with these characters.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't imagine watching it live, but...
Which is so crazy, because I thought Friends ended when I was, like, a child. I think Friends ended in 2004, and I was, like, 8.
I was a child. I was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't, like, it's one of those also finales that isn't, like, sad. It's just, like...
It's happy sad.
It's, like, it's, like, a nostalgic kind of sad. Like, you're just, like... That's what when I finished, that's how I felt. I'm just, like, it just feels like I just... like, graduated or something. Like, where you, like, are leaving everyone you've been with for, like, these past few years.
Yeah. Because they truly all became your friends. I feel like that's the tagline everyone used when the show is wrapping up. Like, you became their friends.
Yeah. It's still my comfort show, though. Go watch our comfort show episode.
Yes.
But yeah. Great endings.
Oh, always.
Let's talk about not great endings.
Well, speaking of our comfort show episode, this show's also one of my comfort shows.
And mine too.
How I Met Your Mother.
This is not unpopular.
It's not. I, like, remember watching this and I was like, there's no way that this is happening.
I remember, like, watching it, like, and I had heard nonstop that the finale's bad. I'm like, how can it be that bad? Like, there's no way it's that bad. And I'll admit, I wasn't as angry as other people, but I totally get it.
I don't even think I knew going in what the ending was. But
I don't think I knew what it was, but I knew people hated it.
I mean, like, did I really hate Ted and Robin? No. But I did like
I think what people hate about it is the fact that you spend all these seasons waiting to meet the mother, and then you meet her for an episode, maybe 2, and then she dies.
Yeah. No, that was definitely.
And it's not even like you spend time with her. Like, it's a montage.
She's in like a decent amount of the final season, but not
right.
with
I
Ted.
forget she's in. Yeah, I forgot.
Because they show her meet, like, everyone else.
Yeah.
And Ted's the last person she meets.
Which just
and
they, you know what? Now I'm starting to get angry. They really did fumble that bag.
Yeah. No, they did. And
they could have killed her if they had it. Like, I would have been okay with them killing her if they had her around for like 2 seasons.
Yeah, no. Earlier.
Because there was like no emotional payoff there either.
No.
Sorry, I'm like over talking you. Like, talk about your show.
Fine. You're fine. Yeah, like was I supposed to feel bad that his wife died that I barely even knew?
Did she even have a name? Did they give this bitch?
No, she did. She did, because one of the Easter eggs is her name is mentioned in the very first episode, and then Ted is like, "That's how I met your mother," and the kids are like, "What?" Because the stripper had the same name as the oh my god, what's her name?
Hang on, I'm looking it up. It's not Christine, that's the actress. Tracy,
yes. I also hate that name too, so. But yeah, no, like, it was literally just him explaining how much she loved Robin the entire season, the entire show, to only get together with Robin again, and I'm like,
and just like, I feel like they get you invested in so many of the relationships, and it's just like I really liked him and the doctor lady the first time around.
No, I liked
them the first time around. I liked them, and then when they got back together, I didn't. Oh my god, I loved Victoria. I was rooting for him and Victoria.
I really hated everyone who was with.
That's because Ted's not very likable.
Yeah, that's fair. Even though he's not that, he doesn't bother me that much.
He's not that bad, but like, he's not the best character.
No. But if you're watching How I Met Your Father, you know that Robin showed up in the season finale, and just from some of the things that she said, it might sound like that her and Ted never actually got together.
Wow.
I saw something that said that maybe she goes to McLaren whenever she's in town to hopefully see if any of them come back, and I was like, oh,
that would make me
fuck
cry.
You. Who's, oh my god, what's the bartender's name? And he still works there.
I don't remember.
I want to say Jerry. It's definitely not Jerry.
It's not Joe. That's Grey's Anatomy.
George?
Is it George? Bartender. How I Met Your Mother. Played by Joe Neves. Carl.
Thank you. So off. But yeah, no, Carl's still working at the bar, so like, that's really cute. So hopefully, I know How I Met Your Father is not supposed to really tie into How I Met Your Mother, but they just started to bring back all these characters. Yeah, so I'm hoping we kind of get a little explanation of what's going on in the gang's life after How I Met Your Mother end, because I would love to know.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're going to end with Ted giving Robin the blueprint horn and then have them not end up together again, like,
they just knew what they were doing there too. They're like, you hate the show already, you hate the ending, let me just really stick it to you.
Please. No, that's all I have to say. But if you want to hear me talk about the good things, watch our comfort episode.
Yeah, speaking of the comfort episode, watch it, because I'm going to talk about Desperate Housewives, which is both of our comfort shows.
Yes.
I hate this ending so much. Like it actually fills me with rage. It's like on the level of rage that Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again fills me with, which if you know, you know.
Yes.
It's just like, it's not even bad for the majority of it. It's those last 5 minutes. It could have ended. What?
It's when the people move away.
Yeah. It could have ended. I would have been perfectly content if it had ended. I think I actually looked at, like, when they were playing poker, I'm like, oh, this is how it ends. That's great. And I like kind of looked at the runtime, I'm like, why is there still 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's not okay. What are you gonna do? And then Susan moves off the lane, and like, yes, it is nice seeing all of the old characters. It isn't even Susan moving off the lane that upsets me. It's
everyone
it's not
else
that.
Moving on.
And it's the fact that none of them stayed friends.
Yeah,
That's what bothers me. Like, I remember watching this and I turned it off and I'm just like, I'm pissed.
Goddamn.
Like, they covered up murders together. They like saved each other's lives multiple times, and you're telling me they're just not friends anymore? You have shared trauma.
Fair.
Like,
yeah, there's just like no way.
I just don't get why that was the choice they made. Also, Catherine comes back, and she does not feel very Catherine to me. And I think Dana was filming Body of Proof at this point, and she feels more like that character than Catherine.
Okay.
So, like, I don't know. Still love her. It was nice seeing her again, but yeah.
But it just, like, if you just take off, if it
Those
ends with Susan driving through the lane and have it end.
Roll credits.
Good. Fine. Because do I kind of like where they all ended up? Maybe, but just like the lane was home and their family, and the fact that they're no longer with either, like, is aggravating.
Yeah. Like,
and like
it makes sense where they all end up, but like, why couldn't they still be friends? Like, why couldn't you don't even have to show it, just throw in a throwaway line that they still met for poker once a year.
And what
That's all I want.
It ended in 2012.
Yeah.
Cell phones existed. Email existed.
I hate it. I hate it so much, and I love the show.
I know.
I don't really like season 8 though in general. I like it, but it just is so dark compared to the rest.
I like it.
It's so funny though.
Oh, so funny.
The Gabby and Bree stuff makes it good, but everything else I'm just not stuck on. Like, Tom and Lynette are separated, and I don't even know what Susan's doing.
Mike dying.
Susan's being a little shit.
Sorry, Jenna. But
yeah, sorry, Jenna. Susan's just being a little shit this season and trying to get the pot.
Yeah, I think that's also what kind of aggravated me for the final season, was that they weren't very much friends for a lot of the final season. They were fighting a lot.
I will say it gave us the best scene where Bree and Gabby are searching for frogs.
Wait, did Jenna post that today?
Did she?
I think she
I need to look for that.
Well, wait, hold on.
Jenna's account.
Plugging Jenna. It's Jenna's account. If we're not sorry, but we're plugging it. What's it called?
Hang on, they just followed me.
Desperate Housewives _1 said. Oh no, it wasn't this one. Ooh, okay, hold on. Plugging in someone else.
Oh my god, wait. No, because there's also a scene from season 8 in that one. I can't kill you today. I have Pilates.
Iconic.
Also, Karen dies, which makes it really hard to watch. And Renee is at the front and center, and I don't like Renee. I love Vanessa Williams, but I don't like Renee.
No,
and then Julie's pregnant. There's just a lot of choices that don't work.
Ew, it's a Porter or Preston, but I do love Lynette running out.
You know,
like,
it doesn't actually just end with the girls. It ends with that whole other housewife moving in. And I always forget that.
I know. I would have loved to continue on from that.
Wow.
Wait, is she in Y1 Miguel?
She is. Yeah, no, she's the nurse.
Okay.
I think I remember saying to you, I'm like, okay, is this going to come back? Like, is this like a thing? And then it didn't.
What's with Mark Cherry and using this one girl?
She's in a lot, I feel like.
She is, but like not in like a lot.
Oh,
yeah,
she's in Grace and Frankie. That's what I know her from.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, love this show. Love Mark Cherry. Absolutely hate him for the last 5 minutes, and I'll never forgive him. Also, the fact that he broke up Catherine and Robin. What was the point?
Yes, no, she's. That's fine. Okay.
Rip Karen Moskowski, my queen, my love.
I will cry. Okay. Next one. I feel like we just spent so long talking about those two.
I know.
It's fine. Okay.
We spent 30 minutes just talking about the first.
Lovely. Okay. Our next one. The show that you think is criminally underrated, you recommend it to all of your friends. You will live and die by the show. I put Ted Lasso.
I put Desperate Housewives.
We've already talked enough about Desperate Housewives.
I know, but I think it's just funny coming off of the show that ended horribly. But you should still go watch it. I recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I won't talk more about it. It's just an amazing show. Just go watch our comfort episode.
Yes.
I talk all about it there.
We still want to do a full Desperate Housewives episode.
We will.
We will. We just have to
It
figure
just
out.
might not be until October.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that's when we're gonna just have to do it.
Yeah, no,
It's so far away, but we just keep procrastinating.
Yes, because there's a lot we want to talk about. Like, it's gonna have to be a 2-part special.
Yeah. Also, like, our next month is kind of stacked.
Yes.
For what we want to do, which is gonna be fun, but
yeah, no,
you won't know until you see it.
Okay. But mine's Ted Lasso. I did say that.
Yeah.
I feel like I try to get a lot of people to watch Ted Lasso in my life, but no one wants to watch it, and I'm just like, why?
Me.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch it.
I don't like sports. Soccer. Yeah. I don't like sports.
It's not about soccer. I mean, it is, but it's like
so family and friendship.
Yeah.
And coming together with a hot, tall, blonde MILF.
Yes. And
a cute little sweet precious man with a cute mustache. And my lover boy, Sam Lasagna.
We're team Ted Becca, thank you.
Okay, but I am team Sam and Sam. So
Ted Becca. Well, just Ted Lasso. I feel like people don't watch this because they think it's about soccer, and I'm like, but also I like start talking about the show with other people, and I'm like, the show's like really sad, and they're like, what are you talking about? And
it's not sad unless you're mentally ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's we're both mentally ill.
No, as someone who doesn't like sports or anything like that, like as someone who hates it, as a Canadian who hates hockey, I love this show. Go watch it. It's not just about soccer, and even the soccer stuff is interesting to me.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't get it. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, not at all.
Also, it's not technically soccer. It's football.
Football is life.
Football is life.
It's so good. It's like, it really is like a feel good show, even though like it makes me cry like so often.
Season 1 is like the biggest like feel good.
Yeah. And then like season 2 is when
I do quote quite a bit. I have the memory of a goldfish.
Actually.
That has just stuck with me so much. And I'm like, that's me.
No, that's me as well, actually.
Yeah.
But I really just don't understand.
Wait, we did a whole Ted Lasso episode, so go watch that as well.
Oh, I did a whole Ted Lasso episode. Comfort show. My favorite shows of 2021. Like, literally, I've talked about Ted Lasso so much, so I should probably stop talking about it. But
we haven't a hot minute.
We haven't. But I will truly live and die by the show. Like, this and DH are like my hardcore go-tos, and if anyone says anything bad about either of them, like, I will hunt you down.
Also, just like, there's nothing really bad to say about Ted Lasso. You can say bad things about some of the characters.
Okay, literally like 2 characters.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, for some reason I thought you said Jacob. No, not
Jamie.
Oh my god, thank you. Which, he's growing.
He's growing.
All that matters.
Yes. But like, everyone's for the most part likable until they make you not like them.
Yeah.
Like, you don't dislike them until they make you dislike them. Like Nate. Well, yeah, but you're meant to dislike him. But Nate, true. You like at the beginning. You like him up until they turn him into a villain.
Yeah.
So, Jason Sudeikis, you knew what you were doing with this. Women for Jason Sudeikis, please come on the podcast. We love you.
We're Team Jason all the way.
Team Jason.
Love that man. Okay. Our next one is the show that you loved as a kid, and then you went back to it when you were older, and it was just so disappointing.
We have the same one.
Yeah. But did you actually go back and rewatch the show?
I've watched like bits and pieces, and I'm just like, this is shit.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fair.
You actually rewatched it, did you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Because I think I've gone bits and pieces, and I'm just like...
You know, I really knew it was ridiculous. I think I stopped watching before the finale because it just got kind of like wild, and I just like kind of lost it. And then I'm just like I see like the finale now, and I'm just like, that was what you did? That was what you spent all these years building up to?
I think this was kind of like Glee for me, where I kind of stopped watching because I felt like it got too much, and then I went back toward
Don't
the
they do like
end.
a whole time jump and everything too?
They might have.
And then like also just
Yeah, because they were teaching.
But like then I'll see like clips now and it's just like the outfits they wore and like the relationship between Emily and Allison, and it's just like, you know what? None of this was good.
No. Oh, also the show we're talking about is Pretty Little Liars.
Oh yeah. Pretty Little Liars. Yeah. Also the relationship between Arya and Ezra, because that should not have gone on that long.
No,
that should not have been.
We all thought Ezra was A.
Yeah, I still thought Ezra was
A.
A.
Spin-off.
What?
They had a spin-off.
Wasn't it like The Perfectionist or something?
Yeah. They went to a whole different town. Hold on.
Rosewood? Wasn't it Rosewood?
Yeah, I think it was Rosewood.
Yeah. I think The Perfectionist is also a spin-off, though. I know they have books.
Oh my god, it is. Wait, this came out in 2019.
Jeez. And then we're getting Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin.
What the hell?
Written by Roberto Aguirre.
It's gonna be bad. It's fine.
It's gonna be bad.
Well, the first one was bad anyhow.
Yeah.
But no, like the show, man.
I like
what's more to say?
So much of it because like, didn't they blind Jenna by a firework? Isn't that how Jenna is blinded?
How did Jenna become blind? I really try to block out the show.
Yeah. There's just a lot of, and like Paige, I remember everybody hates Paige.
Yeah.
Paige did suck though.
She did. By a stink bomb in Toby's garage by Allison and her friends.
Yeah. I will say the first episode is kind of good though. Like just like that setup of everything, it's just like it has so much potential, and then I don't know what they did. Because I don't think it ended the way the books ended. Because I think the original thing is that Allison has a twin sister. I remember being very invested in that theory.
Spencer has the twin sister.
And I'm pretty sure it was originally Allison. If you guys know how Pretty Little Liars ends in the book, please let me know. Because I'm pretty sure it was something to do with Allison having a twin. Because I was very invested in that theory.
I feel like someone on the timeline recently watched Pretty Little Liars. I could be 100% wrong.
Good luck.
Yeah.
All the power to you.
But like as a kid, like you thought this was a good twist and a good show.
No, I thought it was an amazing show. I thought it was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, I've honestly thought about going back and rewatching it, and I'm just like, then I like see clips and I'm just like, I can't do that. I sit through Riverdale every week. I have hit my quota.
Yeah. Pretty Little Liars was the Riverdale.
Pretty Little Liars walked, so Riverdale could unfortunately run.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm saying unfortunately. I fucking love Riverdale, and I'm unashamed.
I really want to watch Pretty Little Liars, but I could never.
You know what? We could rewatch like the first like 3 seasons, because then I think after that is when it gets bad.
Fair.
Also,
there's also just a lot that goes wrong.
Also, like the moms are kind of everything. That casting, everything. Like the.
I only remember Hannah and Arya's mom.
That's all I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Just watch it for that.
I remember Spencer's mom.
I'm picturing her. She looks like Mariska.
Yeah, no, that's exactly who I'm like thinking of.
And I can't think of who she is, but like that's who she always reminds me of.
And then Emily's mom's kind of pretty too. Oh my god, wait.
I did like Emily's mom.
I love that Allison's mom.
Oh, Allison's mom is kind of like wild.
Allison's mom is a little fucking bitch on Desperate Housewives that dates Tom.
Shut up, you're right.
Oh my god, you never knew that?
Oh my god.
And I always thought it was so funny that, oh my god, who's the woman that plays Hannah's mom?
I just know she's in Melrose Place.
I know, and then she's married to Doug.
Yeah, Laura Layton.
Thank you.
It only had her last name. I'm like, what the hell's her first name? And then Holly Marie Combs plays Arya's mom.
This is great.
Oh, the cast is great. Caleb, fine as hell. What's his name? Toby, fine as hell. Jason, fine as hell. Arya's brother, fine as hell. The fashion choices, not fine as hell. They were pretty terrible. People say they look like secretaries, and you know what? I agree. It's like peak, like that. This show is just like, it just completely embodies the 2010s fashion. Like 2010 to like 2015.
If anyone's actually like watched Pretty Little Liars as an adult now and enjoys it, please let us know.
Yes. Please just explain it.
Yeah.
Isn't there's like a point at some point where they get stuck in a dollhouse and never mind.
That was scary.
Yeah.
There was too many people that was A. No, it was. I mean, I was like 13 watching this and I'm scared of anything.
Yeah. But it is.
Yeah. I'll never forget when they found Allison though. That was
I know.
Iconic.
It had
the show was like, it did. It was good for the time, but now not at all.
Its concept is just so good. I want them to remake it and not
they are
mess it up. I don't trust Roberto.
No, I would never trust him with anything.
No. Anyway, speaking of Roberto, the show you know deep down in your heart is bad, but you love it anyways. I picked Riverdale.
I picked Glee. Like honestly, same for Riverdale, but
yeah, honestly, I could probably say the same about Glee.
Yeah.
I'll talk about Riverdale, I guess. It's like almost embarrassing to like say I actually love this show because it gets such a bad rap, and I get it. Like, is it a good show? No. Is it kind of garbage? Yes, but it's my garbage.
Yeah.
It's mine. And I stick up for it. I watch it every week. I book off time so I can watch it.
You're a Riverdale apologist.
I'm a Riverdale apologist first, human second. Like, I have an alarm set on my phone for 5 minutes before it airs so that I can make sure I tune it to the right channel. I can go to the bathroom. I can get my glasses. Like, I can be ready to sit down and watch it. The show has me whipped.
No.
I live tweet it every week. I am hooked. And I don't know why. It's bad.
Especially this season. It's so bad.
I know, but like it's even, where is it? It's right there. I even have the script.
We only have one more season though.
Listen, if Mation ever leaves, I'm done. Well, I skipped the episode.
She is leaving, so.
Don't look at me. I skipped the episode she's not in.
Yeah, no, if she wasn't in the show, I'd stop watching, and they literally are doing her so dirty again that like.
Dirty. This is why I don't trust you, Roberto.
But she looks too good. I'm a MILF enthusiast first, human second.
The fact that she can make me watch Riverdale every single week.
Yeah.
Her power. You know what? We also deleted this question like about which show had the best first season, and I just want to say, you know, Riverdale's up there.
No, it
like
was
say
really
what you
good.
Want. Season 1 is good.
I think everyone was talking about the first season of Riverdale, and then season 2 people really started to like.
I like season 2.
I like season 2 too.
But no, I remember like I got the kid I babysat to watch it. I was a great babysitter. I got her to watch it. She was like 11 or something like that, and like every single time I came over, we would always watch episode 12 and 13 of season 1 because they're the best.
You made a. How old was she?
11.
You made her watch Clifford Blossom.
She watched it without me.
Okay.
It's not like I just forced her to sit down and watch it.
Okay, that's fine.
She was watching Glee long before Riverdale. I think that's more scarring.
Yes, no, it is.
If the kid I babysit ever watched this, I miss you. I hope you still like Riverdale.
No.
I hope I didn't ruin your life too much.
Oh my god. Stop.
I also made her Phallus shipper.
As you should, because
As I
they're
should,
the
right?
best ship on the show. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? I don't know. Like, I don't have a reason for liking it other than Mage and Amick. Just, like,
Yeah.
it's a dumpster fire that I just can't turn away from. Like, I need to know what they're going to come up with. Like, right now they're doing some kind of multiverse thing.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And I just need to know. I just need to know.
I could care less. I'm not into the supernatural, and that's what they're trying to do. And I'm just like, why?
That's the thing. Like, they had it so normal. They had, like, such a good premise in the first 2 seasons with Jason's death and then the Black Hood. Like, that was, like, a good transition. And then they fumbled it a little bit with season 3. The cult thing wouldn't be that bad. It's the fact that they brought in the Gargoyle King.
Oh, yeah, that was really confusing.
That's where it got stupid, and then it just went downhill. Because season 4 is the whole Stonies thing, which, again, wouldn't be so bad, but it's still looped in with the Gargoyle King.
No, it was more with the videotapes.
No,
they just had this
they
Riverdale's problem
too many
is,
storylines.
too many writers, too many storylines that none of them communicate, and none of us can keep up.
A different writer writes every episode too, so it never fits tonally.
Yeah.
Not to discredit any of the writers, but I feel like you need to have the same writers writing a show, or at least putting in their input. Otherwise, it kind of feels off and different.
Yeah, and that's Riverdale's main problem.
It's very much, not to, like, bring up Stranger Things because I just finished it, but, like, that's a show where they have one mystery, like, one central mystery, and just the characters doing other little things, but coming to finish that one big thing. That's what Riverdale needed to do. That's what the first 2 seasons did well. And then I don't know what happened. Like, I don't get how we got from just a small town murder to superheroes.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing they did wrong. They should never have had them get superpowers. I think that's so stupid. Rivervale was not great. They really shouldn't have done that in general, but I can take that better than I can do superhero stuff. I'm just not into superheroes.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair.
But anyway, this makes it sound like I don't like it. I love it. I love it. It's just, it's going to stick with me for life. And when I found out it was ending, I was very, very upset. It ruined my day. Also, my TikTok account is basically a Riverdale fan page at this point.
It is.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to talk about Glee?
Yeah, I could quickly talk about Glee. So I think, like, every person on, I feel like everyone was, like, some level of a Glee. I was like a mediocre Glee.
I didn't become a Glee until a few years ago because it wasn't on Netflix.
No, my first episode of Glee I ever watched, I will never forget this.
Said kid I babysit, she used to watch it all the time, so I would, like, watch it with her.
I love it. The first scene I ever saw of Glee, this is so embarrassing, but this is what got me hooked, which is even more embarrassing, was the Madonna episode, and they were singing Like a Virgin. But Like a Virgin is what got me hooked on the show.
That's an amazing song.
So good.
I remember when it was on Netflix before it got taken off and then put back on. I went through, like, every episode just looking for the Celine Dion covers and judging them hardcore.
I went back when I was going through my Idina Menzel phase.
No, I loved the Mamma Mia episode. They did a Mamma Mia episode.
What season was that?
Oh, like season 5, because it was, like, Marley.
Okay, yeah, no, I kind of stopped watching after that. But no, I used to watch the Glee Project all the time. We briefly discussed Glee in a previous episode, but Glee is so bad. Like, Glee would never work.
Bad. No, it's horrible.
So
bad. The girl who plays Brittany posted a TikTok of her dancing, and everybody in the comments is like, trigger warning, Matthew Morrison.
I don't get the Matthew Morrison.
I think I just get it now because it's been shoved down my throat, and now I just see it and I'm just like, Let me open the comments because I just know what they're going to be.
Is it like a Will Schuester thing?
They don't like Will. They don't like Will, and by proxy,
That's
they don't
fair.
like Matthew Morrison.
Matthew Morrison's kind of cute. No, okay, we'll leave that one to myself. But no, Will was.
Listen, he had his moments. He had his moments.
Yeah, Will was a pretty shitty teacher.
Oh, he's horrible. He should have been.
Will was also like a great person.
He did care about those kids.
Yeah, so like, I'm sure he's more of a shitty person rather than a good person.
Yeah.
But
he loved those kids.
Yeah, and I loved every single one of them.
No. I hated most of them. I liked Santana. I liked Mercedes. I liked Puck. Leaving it at that. I don't want to talk about it. I liked Tina sometimes.
Okay.
I liked Lane. And I didn't mind what's his name. Mike.
You did not like Kurt?
No, I hated Kurt. I hate Kurt so much. It's not even funny. I think he's so annoying.
Oh my god.
Mercedes, listen, let's just say Santana and Mercedes carried that show for me.
Oh no, they were
the
best singers on the show, hands down.
Also hated Rachel.
I mean, that's already implied.
Oh, and I hated Quinn. I didn't like Quinn. I liked her for a season or two, but then I didn't like her. I also thought she wasn't very good at the whole singing part of this.
No, I kind of get that.
I'm so sorry to the Glee cast. I'm tearing you apart.
But like, that's like part of the fun of the show.
That is. I have nothing against them. Okay, I have some things against some of them, but
I mean, I loved all those kids. They definitely all sucked in their own ways, but like, I was sad to see them all go. Wait, hold on. Oh no, I think this was yesterday. Was the season finale. I literally tweeted, this is 10 years ago. We will never be the same without you guys. At Miss Leah Michelle, at Chris Colfer, at Harry Shroom, and the rest of the Glee seniors. Gleeks forever.
Oh my god.
Oh. Do I have more? No, I don't think so. But, no. Sobbed uncontrollably when Finn dropped Rachel off at the train station and they sang Roots Before Branches. I think
I skipped that because I didn't know the song and didn't really like it. I'm so sorry.
No, I love that scene. It was just so hard to sing
about. Speaking of the music, though,
some of those covers are better than the originals.
Somewhere Only We Know, the Blaine version is the best version.
Oh, River Deep Mountain High. I will stand by Santana and Mercedes.
I like it, but I like Celine Dion's version.
I don't think I've heard of hers.
Oh my god, it's so good. And when she does it in concert, she baton twirls while doing it, which I just think makes it better.
That's kind of everything.
Right? Yes. I also love the Journey mashup they do. It's like Any Way You Want It, Don't Stop Believing, and what's the other one? Touching, Squeezing, Love It, or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, and I like Faithfully. And I like Lucky.
Lucky's good.
Lucky I'm in love. That one.
On my TikTok, Kurt's Juilliard edition of him singing The Boy Next Door from The Boy from Oz came on. And I was like, no, this is just too good. The show's just too good. I loved Uptown Girl. I love Glee way too much. I have to stop talking about it because it's not that great of a show.
I wasn't a fan of Marley, but I love her singing New York State of Mind.
Okay, fair. I remember watching her.
Wait, no, not New York State of Mind. What's the Billy Joel one? It's not New York State of Mind. It's New York something.
I'm in a New York.
Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is then. Which one am I thinking? New York State. I keep thinking of the Alicia Keys one, and that's why I'm like, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Down, drop, back and resting, never.
Yeah, what's that one?
Used to not drop it now since I made it here. Empire State of Mind.
Empire State of Mind. Okay, no, yeah. I'm talking about New York State of Mind.
New York.
Yeah. You know, the soundtrack will live on forever. It's good.
have to stop talking about the show because I actually think it's
Also,
starting.
one of my favorite episodes, though, is the Whitney Houston one.
So good.
Because Mercedes singing How Will I Know is incredible. Also, that episode makes me cry. I cry with them.
Kurt and Blaine, like, going at it with their Whitney versions is everything to me.
Oh, it's such a good.
A little prayer for you. Okay, no, I have to stop talking about the show because I can't show that I'm a gleek. No. Okay, next question.
The show that at one point had you super hooked, but then lost you, and will never get you back again.
I'm using the term "never get me back again" a little loosely.
I know.
Because I chose Big Sky, and I was a hardcore Big Sky fan in the first season, but they kind of took it. I didn't realize it was going to be like different mysteries each season, and even like the first half of the first season and the second half were two different mysteries. Kinda, sort of. Mm-hmm. There's one storyline that's still kind of tying the first and second season in, but it wasn't enough to keep me going.
Fair.
And which says a lot because Jamie Siegler, she plays mezzo soprano. I have to think of her name now because it's gonna annoy me. Jamie Lynn Siegler. There we go. I was like, I'm missing something. She came into the second season of Big Sky, and I love her in The Sopranos. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not really feeling this anymore. Which is a shame. This kind of had to deal with, like, drugs and stuff this season. And, like, it wasn't bad, but, like, I just didn't care enough. But next season, Reba is joining the cast. So
which
how
makes
do I
it so
not
hard.
Try to go back?
I know.
Yeah, so maybe I'll have to go back. But depends if I get through this. Maybe I'll try to rewatch the second season.
But if they're doing different mysteries, do you really need to watch it?
But because I have to see what happens to Ron. Because Ron is like being held captive, and I don't know if he escaped or not. And I mean, okay. I can probably search that up and find the scenes, but might as well I can't do that if I want to continue watching a show. I just have to watch the whole season.
I know. Mine is kind of loose, but like not really. I did One Tree Hill. So when I went into this, I knew I was probably going to stop around season 6 unless it really got me, and then I would keep going until the end. Because I only watched for Peyton and her and Lucas leave in season 6 at the end. So I'm like, I'll probably finish season 6 and then be done. I didn't even finish season 6. I made it halfway through. It just wasn't very good at that point. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't bad. I think I have, like, I don't even remember where I stopped off. But they do a time jump, which, like, was fine at first. And I even remember tweeting. I'm just like, I think I'm really going to love season 5. Like, I think it might be one of my favorites. I love this time jump. And, like, just thinking about it now, I'm just like, once season 6 hit, it just wasn't as good. I also just think they brought in characters I don't like. Like, I hate Maya, however you say her name. I hated her. I think that was her name anyway. I don't know, but I didn't like her. I thought she was so annoying, and she became, like, a big part of, like, season 5 and 6, and I'm just like, please go away. And then, like, I don't know, it just, like, I still like the Peyton and Lucas stuff, and I was really only watching it for that. But when that can't even keep me interested, it just... Because I also wasn't attached to any of the other characters.
Yeah.
Which made it hard. Like, I don't really like Brooke. I liked her more after the time jump. But, like, her whole thing became all about wanting to have a baby. Which is fine. Like, I loved that for her. But that became her only personality trait at some point. And I'm just like, no. I just, like, yeah. Like, even when they had mysteries come in, I'm just like, because Brooke got beaten up by somebody and, like, had her store robbed and everything, and I'm just like, I just didn't care. Like, I cared, but, like, just not enough to keep me going.
That's fair.
But I keep wanting to go back and watch, like, the first, like, 4 seasons, because they're really good. Mm-hmm. But, like, once they graduate, that's it.
Yeah.
But
that's how it goes with every show, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's a show I'll finish.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think it's a show I need to finish either. Like, I don't think anything exciting really happens that I care about. So, there's not a character I like anymore, so.
Yeah.
There's not even Karen. Karen left in, like, season 3, so who do I care? Stupid show. Peyton Sawyer, Lucas Scott, I still love you, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry to everyone who was excited when I started watching this. I quit.
I quit.
The show that was an absolute emotional roller coaster and it wrecked you.
Lost.
I concur.
It's not even like...
It's sad.
Oh, no, it's sad, but it's not like the mid-season finale and the finales were sad. No, there was just, like, episodes that made you cry just thrown into the regular season.
It was just, like, a very traumatic show.
Yeah, very traumatic.
Which makes sense because of the subject matter, but, like, they did not need to go as hard as they did. Because, like, even the flashbacks get you. And they have to put a dog. They had to put a dog.
Yeah, they had to.
Nothing happens to the dog. Nothing
But
bad happens
make
to him.
everything sad.
Thank you. I spent the entire time anxious. It's why I couldn't, like, I watched Alien and they have a cat on board and I'm just, like, anxious the entire time. Like, they better not kill the cat. An alien better not eat this cat. It's just, like, I don't know.
But if you've watched Lost and made it through without crying, can you ask, like, how?
Yeah.
Like, I'm heartless, but just Lost literally was the most traumatic, depressing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I feel like also because, like, it's just, like, so brutal. Like, they survive a horrible plane crash and are surviving.
Did they really?
Okay, we're not going to get into that. But, like, they survive a horrible, horrible plane crash only to die in even worse ways on the island. Because, like, honestly, some of these ways are way worse than it would have been had they just died in the plane crash.
Yeah,
like, Sun and Jin, I would have rathered the other way.
Yeah, no.
And then poor Libby didn't deserve to die.
Oh, Libs.
I love Libby. Lucia, she deserved every ounce she got.
Yeah, she did.
She's the reason I stopped watching.
The Juliet's death came on the timeline.
Oh my god, no, I watched that too. I'm just like, oh gosh, this hurts.
And Sawyer was just so in love with her.
Oh my god, no, Sawyer's like,
don't you let go. She's like, I love you. And then she literally just falls into nothing.
Which is terrifying.
Yes.
I just, like, watched it, I'm like, where did she go?
Yeah.
There's just, like, no reason for it to get as dark and traumatic as it does.
But it was just so good.
It's wild. Maybe one day I'll finish that show, but it'll need to be a time when I'm mentally stable enough to sit down and watch it.
I feel like being...
You know what? I know we always say... What?
I feel like being unmentally stable is a little bit better, because it's just going to ruin your mental state.
You know, I know we always say, like, how did Jenna finish it so quick, but, like, how were her emotions after that? Was she not a wreck?
I guess not.
Like, I watched the final scene of... What's the dog's name? I always forget.
Vincent.
I always call him Vincent.
Why do I remember his name, but not his character?
But I watched the scene where Vincent runs up and lays beside Jack, and I hysterically sobbed. And then my brother comes in and is like, "What's wrong?" And I started to explain to him. I start crying again. How did she not cry? How was she okay after this?
Yeah, no, I was destroyed.
I wanted to crawl into a hole and never come out.
And I watched Lost twice. Did I watch it twice? Or 1.5 or 2.5?
You're insane.
Yeah, I don't really know why. I really liked it.
It is really good.
But
it's just one of those shows you really have to pay attention to understand, and even then you're not going to understand it.
No. I think I had to watch the finale again to get it, which was traumatizing again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Speaking of shows that are dramatic, Grey's Anatomy is my choice.
Yeah.
like, I just feel like that's, like, just, like, a very well-known choice to pick. But,
Yeah.
like, it makes me cry multiple times a season. Like, there are just, like, even, like, it's not even just, like, when a main character dies. It's, like, even the patient storylines get me. Like, there is one storyline, like, with a character I can't watch. And it's she's, like, 5 years old. And she has cancer. And her dad is like, I'm going to take her to Mexico. We're going to Mexico. And then, like, he refuses to, like, believe she's dying. And then Miranda, one of the doctors, is holding her, and she's like, no, you need to come here. You need to hold her. She's not gonna make it. You just need to hold her. And it's so fucking sad. I have to skip the episode every time. I'm just like, I cannot do it.
No, children and animals and elderly are off limits.
And they kill every single one of them. There's an episode where they killed a dog. We have to watch a dog get euthanized. And he's a good boy. He's a good boy. His name is Doc, and he's adorable.
His name's Doc. What's up, Doc?
Yeah. Like, Shonda Rhimes, I don't know who hurt her.
Yeah.
But, like, someone clearly hurt her.
Oh, big time.
Like, just the amount of tears I've cried over the show. I could rank them. I think I have ranked the character deaths.
You probably haven't. And if not, Miss Mojo 1,000% has.
Oh, 100%. I don't always agree with it. But, like, and you get attached to these characters, too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're watching a medical show now. Like, ER is tame in comparison.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree that it's
like,
tame.
Grey's has a whole 2-part shooting episode and a whole season of aftermath. They have a plane crash. They have a train accident, sorry. Then they have a doctor get hit by a bus, and they don't know who he is at first. And then, like, there's a bomb in a body cap. Like, this show went too far.
It did. Like, who just thinks of those deaths ever?
There's a superstorm. There's a fire. Too much. Get me out. There's a ferry boat crash. Ugh.
Yeah. Disaster episodes always just go above and beyond.
I really think you'd like the disaster episodes, though. I love disaster episodes.
I mean, I probably would.
They're actually some of my most rewatched, as traumatic as they are. They're just really entertaining.
They're done very well.
I actually think you'd really like the bomb in the body cavity.
I think I would too, even though
because it has Kyle Chandler. It has Kyle Chandler.
Stop. Please tell me Kyle Chandler does not die.
So next one.
Good. Great. Fabulous.
Yeah. Well, he dies as a hero. He dies a hero.
Doesn't make it much better.
Want me to tell you how he dies, or are you gonna watch it?
No, you have to tell me how he dies.
He gets blown up.
Well, no shit.
He's the bomb squad.
Maybe I have seen this scene.
He's carrying the bomb out, and then I honestly blame Meredith, because she, like, walks out and he, like, looks back at her, and then boom. So I'm like, it's this bitch's fault.
It's always her fault.
It's always Meredith's fault. It also has Christina Ricci in it, that episode. It's like, it's a pretty good episode. And Addison at, like, peak adorableness. I highly recommend. Anyway. The show that you went into with zero expectations, and it actually turned out to be really good.
Okay. I put WandaVision just because I saw commercials and I thought, like, oh, this looks like a cute little sitcom, not realizing that it's like an actual Marvel show and connects to the entire MCU timeline. I did pretty well about, like, understanding it, but obviously without any knowledge of the MCU, like, I had zero expectations, but I cried the entirety of the final 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So it was incredible. And, like, now I'm watching the MCU timeline, and I fully blame Wanda Maximoff, so.
As you should.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about it, because obviously I don't really know much about the MCU, and WandaVision was, like, maybe her 4th or 5th project for Wanda. I don't know. So.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch WandaVision and you know, if you were in my shoes going with no expectations, you would think it's fucking amazing as well.
I wanted to watch it only for once Agatha All Along came out.
Iconic.
I just, like I said, I don't have like any real thing towards superheroes. It looks very visually aesthetically pleasing, but
It is.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't really think of it as a superhero show. I think it more as a family show, which is kind of weird. Because at the end of the day, she just wants to be a family, and they still will refuse to give that to her, and fuck them all.
Yeah. I went with Orange is the New Black because my cousin had been watching this, and I think my aunt had too. My cousin's always like, it's really, really good. And I'm just like, no, like, this is not, I don't think it's going to be good. Not my kind of show. Like, just a women's prison show. That's not for me. And I knew it was, like, very vulgar, like, very graphic sex scenes, violence, a lot of swearing. And I'm just like, you know what? No. And then one time, it just, like, kind of, like, I think I just, like, clicked on it because for whatever reason, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'll just see what it's like if it's really that good. And I was planning to just skim it. And I think I did skim the first episode. And then, like, I just, like, started watching it. And I'm like, shit, this is good. And then I watched season 2. And then I watched season 3. And then I watched season 4. And I think season 4 was out when I started watching. So then I waited for season 5. Yeah, I think I watched for season 5. Wait, no, maybe it wasn't my cousin. Okay. My other cousin was also watching it too. And I would have to watch it at her house whenever I was over there. So both my cousins were watching this. And whenever my other cousin was watching when I was over at her house, I'm just like, this show is so stupid. What are you watching this for? And then I finally watched it and I get it. But, like, then I would, like, literally be counting down the days till the next season because, like, it leaves you on so many good cliffhangers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crazy with the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
But the characters are so... I want you to watch this so bad.
I really don't think I'll like it.
I didn't think I would either, but, like, it's just... I feel like it's just, like, wild. It's just, like, seeing inside of a woman's prison, especially because it's based off of a true story, like, loosely. So, like, some of these events actually did happen. And just, like, you get attached to the characters, and it's just so bizarre that it's hard to watch. Like, hard not to watch it. And it's really good. And it's surprisingly really good. Like,
Yeah.
Any hype you've heard about it is true, in my opinion.
I haven't heard much hype about it.
That's because it's old.
Even when it was out.
Listen, it's good.
Okay.
It's really good. Also, great representation. You love to see it. Yeah.
Always.
Kind of sad though. It's kind of very sad. Like, yeah. I'm still not over Miss Colette. She didn't die. But
She didn't die.
She was an old lady.
Aww.
They hit her. It made me very sad.
Once again, old people off limits.
Exactly. And then she never showed up again. So, like, I don't know what happened to her. Anyway. The show that lost your interest seemingly for no reason. It didn't get bad, but you just kind of left.
Okay. It's not bad. And the only reason why I left is because it took so long to come out with a second season.
That's the reason for mine, too.
Mindhunter. And everyone raves about the show. I think people say it's like the most underrated TV show ever. And the first season was really freaking good. So for me not to watch the second season, like, there's about zero excuses because it's about, if you've never seen it, I'm gonna read the synopsis if you've never seen it. Catching a criminal often requires the authorities to get inside the villain's mind to figure out how he thinks. That's the job of FBI agents Holden Ford and Bill Tench. They attempt to understand and catch serial killers by studying their damaged psyches. Along the way, the agents pioneer the development of modern serial killer profiling. The crime drama has a strong pedigree behind the camera with Oscar-nominated director David Fincher. Okay, that's basically it. So I love true crime. I love serial killers. What's there not to like about the show?
Yeah.
Plus, Glee star Jonathan Groff is one of the FBI agents. So
I don't like him. I'm sorry.
Why don't you like Jacob?
I think I just didn't like his character. So then I just...
Oh, on Glee?
Yeah, so then I just never got, like,
fine.
invested in anything else he did.
I love Jonathan. He's so cute. Can you please?
Isn't he in Just Like That? Isn't he the plastic surgeon?
Yeah, he is. He's also in Frozen.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't he, like, Hobbs or something?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, literally about zero reason for me to stop watching the show. I do kind of want to, obviously, rewatch the first season, then go in the second season, because it's only, like, it's a Netflix original, so there's not that many episodes. But I think they're, like, hour-long episodes, which kind of sucks. But I need to give it another go-around, and hopefully maybe they'll come out with another season. I don't know if it fully got canceled. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Yeah, like I said, I have a similar reason to you. I picked Grace and Frankie. I was so hooked on this show. I forget, like, how many seasons were out when I watched it, but, like, I stuck around with it. I know at least for, like, 1 or 2 seasons where I had to wait. And then at some point, like, a new season came out and I started watching it, and I think I got, like, 20 minutes into the first episode of that season. I'm like, I'll just finish this later. And I never did. Like, I just never went back. And I feel like it's because, like, I didn't remember anything that had happened. Like, it had been, like, a year or two since the last season. And I'm just, like, I don't care anymore. Like, I feel like I need to rewatch it to get it. My grandparents recently watched it, though, and they love it. So I'm like, I kind of want to rewatch it because I do love the show. Like, I think it's amazing. I love Jane Fonda. I love Lily Tomlin. And Dolly Parton was just in the last season. So I want to rewatch it. It's just, like, I don't have the time. And just, like, also, I don't want to rewatch those seasons because I have a few times. Like, I've rewatched this show before. But, like, also, I feel like I need to rewatch it in order to remember everything. And just, I think I'm 2 or 3 seasons behind.
Okay.
And I think I thought I was 2 seasons behind because I thought it got canceled or, like, ended. And then they brought out this season. So I'm just, like, I don't understand. But.
Yep. When did the season before this come out?
I feel like back in, like, 2020.
Really? I felt like it was. I mean, granted COVID, but.
I know. I know it was a long time. That's why I thought it got canceled. So I'm just like, oh, like, what's the big deal? Like, I'll just go back and watch the one season I missed. But, like, I can find this out. Hold on. Because I'm determined. It's good. I'm very sad I didn't finish it because I do love it. I made it an episode into season 6. I guess I finished that episode, and that came out 2020.
Okay.
And so season 7 just came out. So I'm actually only two seasons behind.
That's not too bad.
Which isn't bad. But that's, I think, why I'm always like, oh, like, what's the big deal that I didn't finish season 6? I can always just go back and watch it. Like, it's 13 episodes, but I don't know. And it didn't get bad either. Like, it stayed pretty consistently good. I didn't really like Grace's love interest, but I did look up how it ended because I needed to know in case I don't finish it. But yeah,
just spoil it for yourself always.
It's not that exciting anyway.
Okay.
Like, it just ended, like, fine.
Okay.
I was just worried one of them was gonna die. I'm like, I need to know if one of them dies or if anyone dies.
That'd be awful.
Yeah. The show that you agree was good, but not quite worth all the hype.
I have Big Little Lies.
I have Euphoria. We're gonna get in trouble here.
Yeah. Big Little Lies was good. Did it need a second season? No. Was Meryl Streep's scream iconic? Yes. Should they have kept the scene in where she throws the ice cream cone at... No, Reese Witherspoon throws an ice cream cone at Meryl. Absolutely. But just... It was okay. Like, is Madeline Martha McKenzie the most amazing character ever? No. I really hated Nicole Kidman's character. Sorry.
I feel like I've seen so much praise about the show, but like I started to like watch it and I just like didn't get into it. I didn't give it a fair chance. Let me say that.
Yeah. I watched the first season in one day just because it was my first. I remember watching this. My first class of the semester got canceled, and that meant I had no classes for the day, so I binge watched the entire series in one day.
Yeah.
And that was the only one season 1 was out. But it was like a good twist, definitely. But it was okay. Amazing? No. Everyone also loves the opening scene and the song, and I'm just like, it kind of scares me for some reason. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, is it Zoe Kravitz? Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I don't like Shailene Woodley that much either, and I know she's in this.
Yeah, she is. Those kids were all sorts of fucked up, too.
I feel like it's one I'll probably watch someday, just I'm not in a rush.
Yeah, I know. I also never read the book, and I just sometimes the book is better than the actual show or movie. Like, I've watched Little Fires Everywhere, and let me tell you, the ending in the book is phenomenal, and it made me cry compared to the series. 9 Perfect Strangers, who's also written by the same author as Big Little Lies. Ending of the book, phenomenal. Ending in the show, not so great. So, like I said, I don't know how the book ends. I think my mom read it, so maybe she'll know if it's like the same or not. But it's okay. Watch it, yeah. But the second season also just felt super unnecessary as well, like I said. But whatever, can't go back now.
Yeah, I went with Euphoria.
No, I get it though.
I had never had interest in watching this show. Mm-hmm. And then you watched it because Macy was watching it.
Yeah.
And then you kept telling me about it, so I'm just like, you know what, this sounds good. And then everybody on the timeline was tweeting about it too, so I'm just like, you know what, fine, I'll bite the bullet, I'll do it. And I like started watching it, and I'm like, okay, this is good. Like, I wasn't attached. I'm just like, this is good. Like, I see it, I get it. And then like I just stopped.
When did you stop? The second season or the first season?
Second.
Okay, no, I definitely feel like when I started watching it, because obviously like the Sydney Sweeney scene of bitch, you better be joking. Like, that's what really got me watching, because I was like, I want to understand all the Euphoria memes and whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like after that episode, things kind of went downhill.
It's just like nothing special.
No.
And I'm so sorry if you're I almost said Riverdale. If you're a Euphoria fan, but I'm just like, I don't get it really. Like, I feel like it just, I don't want to cry like politic kind of like thing, but like it just feels very like it's glorifying teen drug use and teen sex, and I'm just like, it just feels weird watching these like 16, 17-year-olds having very gratuitous sex scenes and doing hardcore drugs and being involved in all this really sketchy stuff. And like also none of the characters are likable. I'm so sorry. Maddie is not that great. I do not get it.
I still think the most relatable is Kat.
And Kat's the best.
And
Kat
she
was
wasn't
the
like
only one I liked.
Yeah, and she wasn't in a lot of the season because apparently Barbie didn't like where they were going with her storyline, and they cut like half of her scenes. And what's the guy? I just don't think I like the guy that runs the show, because I don't mind.
I feel like I haven't heard good things about him.
No, you definitely haven't, because Sydney said like, why am I topless?
Yeah. Why is she? Always.
What's Maddie's? No. Cassie?
Yeah.
I didn't mind Cassie.
I didn't mind her either.
I think they caught a lot of her scenes. I also like Lexie, and I liked Fez.
I like Lexie.
I love. May you rest in peace. So, but like the other characters, I don't care for.
I don't get the hype.
No.
Like, I do, but I don't think it deserves the hype.
Yeah.
I don't think it's groundbreaking or incredible or amazing or deserves 1 million Emmys or anything.
Well, also, like, it's not original because it's based off of the Israeli show.
It's also pretty much every teen show ever, just it has an HBO slapped on it, so it can do whatever it wants.
It's A24, which I
Okay,
think
but
makes
if you're on
aesthetically pleasing.
True. Also, if you're on HBO, you can get away with anything.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, watch Sex in the City. It's better.
Yeah. I do like the vibes though. Like I got invited to a Euphoria party, and I'll admit dressing up for Euphoria.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like it's so not me. I don't like the music. I don't like the vibes. I'm not a party girl.
Yeah,
I don't date a lot. Like it was never going to be my show. But I'm just like, let's give it a shot, and I gave it a fair shot.
You are Kat.
I am Kat. I'm Kat.
And not in every aspect, but in her fan fiction aspect.
Yeah, and let's just preface this: I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm not a cam girl.
No.
I just write a lot of fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that she blew up because of writing fan fiction was everything to me.
Literally me.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah. Also, I hate that they made Eric Dane a bad guy because he's so sexy.
So fine. Cal, put your penis away. No. Put your penis away. I am who I am. I still quote that around the house.
Anyway. The show that you think that people don't really give a fair chance because it reminds them of something else, but it's actually really good.
I put Yellow Jackets.
I want to talk about mine first just because I want to talk about Yellow Jackets with you.
Okay, that's fine.
I picked Santa Clarita Diet because everyone I've recommended the show to, they're like, I like explained to them and they're like, this is so stupid. Like, I'm not going to watch like this show about a suburban mom who turns into a zombie. I'm like, you don't get it. It's layered.
Oh, like, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
Plus, it's so funny.
And it's Drew Barrymore turning into a zombie.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so funny. And like, it's like, you get so invested in the mystery too, because you're like, okay, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Like, why did this happen to her? And it got canceled on like a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't just give us like a couple more episodes just to like clear things up.
Yeah.
And just like, did it really get that bad of ratings? Because like,
I don't remember.
It got 3 seasons and then it got canceled.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why? And just like, I don't know. I've tried to make so many people watch it and they just won't. And I'm like, you don't understand. If you watch it, you'll like it.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's not like because I don't like zombie stuff. I don't like gore, but I love this.
But it's not like The Walking Dead where it's like drama. Like the show's like hilarious.
No, it's so funny. And like it's got a great cast.
Yeah.
It has it has a girl from Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
And then it has the kid who I know him from Vacation.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of his name.
And then it has Carlos from
Desperate
Housewives. Timothy Oliphant. Like it's a great cast and everyone works really well and just like a good mystery. Also, it's short. They're like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
And there's like 10 a season. It's really good.
Always an A+.
Very good. Yeah. Let's talk about Yellow Jackets.
Okay, so obviously Yellow Jackets is basically like whenever someone thinks of a plane crash on a deserted area, it's Lost.
I mean, The Wilds came out and I was like, Lost. Yeah. That's why I watched Lost.
But I will admit, Yellow Jackets is basically The Wilds plus Lost plus I said something else at this. I can't remember what.
Manifest? Not Manifest.
No, I tweeted this. I can't remember it now. But it's wild. It's Lord of the Flies.
Oh yeah, no, that's been
Yes.
All things that take place on like an island.
Yes, but it's just.
I like what Yellow Jackets does though is that it changes that scenery, so they're not on an island. They're in the wilderness, which is honestly scarier.
Yes, no, wilderness and the winter is beyond terrifying.
Yeah.
Because I feel like anyone can survive in like the heat. Not really, but like at least you have like the ocean.
Yeah. I'm like just picturing a Canadian winter And that's like
No,
where I
that's-
just like that's where I envision this show taking place.
No,
I don't think
that
it
is where it is. No,
it is the Canadian wilderness.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. Yeah, no, I live in Canada. I would not want to be in this situation.
Yeah, no. So, and they're not, I mean, where season 1 ends is just the winter beginning. And if you've watched this show, you know shit is about to go down because season 1 does not end well.
No.
But I also just think it's really hard for people to get into because it's not on like a major network.
No,
Showtime is,
Showtime, yeah.
Showtime for Cablevision is like extra. And then Showtime, you can get Showtime and Hulu together, but it's a little bit more expensive.
Also,
And
Canada doesn't have Hulu or HBO Max, which is where they would be.
God damn it, Canada.
I know. So they
literally get lost in Canada.
I had to get Crave, which is $20 a month.
So worth it.
It is. I got it for the staircase anyway, so.
Yeah. But it's just so good. And I also like, I mean, The Wilds does go back and forth between like their time here and their time before the island. And the same thing with Lost.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets does like before, during, and 20 years later.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting.
I will say I like the stuff in like when it's happening better rather than like the before or the current. But like I feel like it's just because like that's so exciting. You're like, what is gonna happen next?
But like I like the current too.
I know it is good. I don't like the before stuff. I don't really care for that.
Yeah, I mean,
like I could take it
just more background
yeah.
information. But the current stuff is wild, and you're like, okay, what happened on their time there to get them to this point? But it's so good. Like, if you're not happy that the Wilds added boys, go watch Yellow Jackets because that's mainly women.
You're only gonna get women. There's no possibility of the boys coming.
Oh, well, there's 2 boys.
Well, there's boys, but like you're not gonna get like an entire group of boys coming like in the Wilds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this show's wild, man. They started filming season 2 in oh my god, like almost like a month. I think they started filming in July.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, heading to Vancouver.
Let's take a pit stop at the Riverdale set.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you kept telling me to watch it, and I'm just like, yes, I'll watch it, and I just like didn't, because like I said, I'm more of a movie person, so it's hard for me to get in a TV show watching mood. Yellow Jackets is the reason I'm on a TV kick now.
I was also nervous just because of how much blood and gore and there is cannibalism, which we haven't fully gotten there yet.
Yeah. I'm not a gore fan, which is so weird. I'm a horror.
Yeah,
I still don't understand I love horror movies. I'm squeamish. I don't like blood.
Yeah, I really don't understand it.
I can handle some stuff, but I can't handle like the real like stuff.
Yeah.
The very gratuitous stuff. It's not for me. But I like this. It works. Mm-hmm. It makes sense. And I just want to see more of it, which is weird.
No, I'm like
I feel like I should not want to see more of it, but I do.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for season 2 to come out.
No, because every single time I went to like log in on TV time, all the comments would be like, okay, when does the cannibalism start?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
That's all people cared about. And I was like, really?
I think it's just because like I think it's more how are they gonna get to that point?
Yeah. Which is fair because
I also just wonder, like, are they gonna leave the cabin? Are they going to stay in this cabin forever? Is something gonna happen that they can't?
I feel like they're gonna split into teams.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I'm like, this cabin is like a godsend for them. Like, no other show has where they can find this like safe haven in a way.
Yeah.
But like, in all the like flash forwards we've seen of their time in the woods, we don't really see them at this cabin. So like, does something happen to it?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
Yeah. Also, the cast is great. The cast is really good.
They're also all like Australian again.
It's turned me into a Juliette Lewis fan, which I didn't think was possible. Like, I I have nothing against her. I just never really cared for her acting. And then I'm watching this and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't like Juliette Lewis. Oh my gosh, this is painful to watch. And at the end, I'm like, Lex, I think I like Juliette Lewis.
Yeah. If you stare at a woman long enough, you're bound to like her.
It's not even that I just like didn't like find her attractive or anything, because I've seen people say that like she's too ugly to play this character. I'm like, it isn't even that. It's just like she has like a really weird acting style that always irked me. And then I just found it very endearing at the end. And she has a very soothing voice to me.
She does.
I think she's really interesting. Although Thais is my favorite of the present day. And then I think Natalie and Jackie and Lottie are my favorites of the Wilderness. Also, Shauna being pregnant in the Wilderness has me so hooked, and that's why I want to see it too. Because like when
there was so much that you were selling to me, and I was like, I can't give anything away.
I know. It really shocks you. And this is a show I didn't know any spoilers about, which was fun.
That's shocking, actually.
I know. Especially like, who was the girl who took the plane? What was her name? Hers girl shocked me. I knew she was going to die. Like, as soon as she knew she was going to fly that plane, I'm like, okay, you're going to die. I just was not expecting it to be so brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them watching.
And you really think she's getting away with it for a minute.
Yeah, and then her teddy.
Man.
Oh, may she rest in peace.
I don't really want them to bring in supernatural stuff, but I think it's happening.
Like what?
Like, I don't want them to bring in, like, magic and that kind of stuff. Like, Lottie having her premonitions, that's fine. But, like, I've seen people say, like, they think, like, magic's gonna come in and, like, that there's, like, an evil force in the woods keeping them there. And I'm just, like the black fog kind of thing in Lost.
And Jacob, yeah.
No, I'm like, I don't really, like, want them to do that, because I think it's scarier just, like, it being them against the elements and them against each other.
I think it's scarier it being real than adding supernatural elements to it.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, you're watching this and you're like, okay, shit, this could happen then. Whereas if you have, like, a girl levitating stuff or, like, some black fog coming at you, it's not going to happen. Or if you have a fucking polar bear in the middle of an island, that's not going to happen.
I completely forgot about that.
I know.
Well, you know, they could have polar bears in Canada.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Do we have polar bears in Canada? I don't think we do.
I don't think so. Probably just grizzly bears, black bears.
Yeah. But no, it's scary. Like, it's kind of scary.
No, it's not.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this isn't an episode about Yellow Jackets, so let's go to the next one.
I will gladly talk about Yellow Jackets when it comes back out.
I would be happy to do an episode. But our last one is the show that no matter how many people recommend it, no matter how many people talk about how good it is, you just refuse to watch it for some reason. And we have the same answer here. Yellowstone. Yeah.
Which is kind of shocking considering, like, we both love country.
And we both watched 1883.
Right.
The spinoff. We only watched that for Tim Bromley-Phil.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did I really care what was going on? Absolutely not. Tim just looks sexy.
Did I kind of skip the stuff that didn't have to do with them? Yes.
I actually watched it, and I still couldn't tell you what happened. I know their daughter died, and that's about it.
That did actually make sense.
Yeah. But I have seen episodes because my uncle
family
watched it.
Is obsessed. There's not a single family member I have that doesn't love this show.
And just, I also like The Sopranos, and it's like the Western version of The Sopranos.
Yeah.
So you think I'd like it, but I think the main thing that's turning me away is Beth. There's something about her.
I agree. I'm so sorry.
I can't say her. Like, I would totally watch this for Kevin Costner. Totally.
Oh, he's so sexy.
I know, but she's really ruining it.
I know. I also like, I don't know her name. Hang on. She plays Monica. Is her character's name. And I like the actress because she was in Pair of Kings, which is a Disney show. Kelsey Asbill. I think she's gorgeous. And like, I've just from like the episode I have seen, I think I was like very intrigued by her, and I think her boyfriend's hot. So like I'd watch maybe for them, but like they're really the only ones that kind of interest me. Also, the guy who plays Sawyer in Lost is in this.
Yeah.
He apparently plays a really bad guy and he dies by a snake bite. They open a box and a snake fucking shoots out at him and bites him.
I'll admit, the rest of this cast is pretty fine.
No, it is.
Because Luke Grimes is in it, which he's in 50 Shades. Josh Lucas, the star of Sweet Home Alabama, Reese's love interest, is in it.
And I'm sorry, just cowboys are kind of cute.
Yes.
Also, they have so many spin-offs. They have 1883, they're going to have 666, they're going to have 1932, and I feel like there's another one.
What's 666?
The Other Ranch. It's in production.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
And
but I also just find it super funny that the show is yet to get nominated for an Emmy, and yet they've gotten, 3 spinoffs?
Maybe we're right. If 1883 gets a nomination before them,
oh my god,
done for. Faith better get a nomination, but if I see one bad word about her, I'm coming for somebody.
She was so good.
She was so good. I don't care if anyone agrees. She's my baby. She did good. And for like her first major acting role, because everything else she's been in, she's been like a very minor side character.
Yeah.
Homegirl killed it. Give the bathtub scene alone an Emmy.
So good.
I also just feel like I don't like being told to watch stuff. I don't like watching stuff that's overly hyped up because it just annoys me, and I'm just like, fine, you're forcing the show down my throat. I'm not gonna watch it.
It's weird because I don't think it is overly hyped. Because
see,
like, if it
in
was,
my family, it is.
No,
that's
like,
what I'm thinking.
In like family and friends, definitely overhyped. But as a whole, in like
you never hear
the universe, yes.
Yeah. I think my cousin watched it, and then he gave a box set to my uncle to watch, and him and my aunt got addicted to it, and then told my other cousin to watch it, so she watched it, and then she told my mom to watch it, and my dad and my brother watched it, so they watched it, they loved it, then my mom got hooked on it, and now she's got all of her friends hooked on it, everyone else in our family hooked on it, like, it just keeps passing on.
No, I really think the girl Beth is ruining it for me, because if she wasn't in it, if she wasn't in it, I think I would watch, I'd give it a chance. But I love it. I have
watched some scenes because I'm just like, everybody says she's so badass. She is. Don't get me wrong, but she takes it a little too far sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel mean. This is basically just us tearing down Yellowstone.
Yeah. Like every direction of mine points toward I should like it, but I just can't.
I know. I wish I did. It's also so long. The episodes are like an hour each.
Yeah. They're long. I don't think they're long seasons, though.
No, they're like 8 episodes, but still.
Yeah.
It's 8 hours I will not get back.
Yeah. Very true.
There are some scenes that I have seen that are good. Like, they look interesting.
Uh-huh.
But it's not enough for me. Also, they kill a horse in the very first scene. So, like, you expect me to go watch this? No. But
yeah, absolutely not.
If you like it, good for you. Like, I don't care if anyone likes it. It's just like, don't try to force me to watch it. It's not for me. I've even had people be like, oh, have you watched the first episode? And I'm like, yes. Like, no, but like, I've seen enough of it. And they're like, oh no, you have to watch the first episode. So now when people ask me, I'm just like, yes, I've seen the first few episodes. Like, I just don't like it. Like, I just have to lie because that's how hard people try to shove it down your throat. And I'm like, sometimes people aren't going to like the same things as you, and that is okay. I mean, maybe it's a great show. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a good show.
I just don't have an interest in it.
I just do not give a tiny reference.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, now I'm over it. Yeah, that was our 10 plus 2 show challenge.
Yeah. And I think we talked the most about the last 2, so we really could have just done an episode on those. Yeah.
We could do a whole episode of shows people will recommend and we'll never watch. Sorry, I'm never watching Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. It's okay, because I'm never going to watch The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Or Friday Night Lights. Actually, Friday Night Lights, I could be persuaded. I think I did try to watch Friday Night Lights once, but I was...
Just honestly watch it for Coach and Tammy Taylor.
That's all I would watch it for. Are you joking?
Yeah. Okay, Tim Riggins as well.
That's it, though.
Yeah.
And next week, we're doing Stranger Things. I just finished season 3 today. I just watched all 3 seasons.
I have to find, like, recaps.
I can give you a full recap. I think they posted a recap on their YouTube channel, and it's like all the cast. It's like an 8-minute video of them like recapping this series.
Good, because I need to watch that because 2019.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn, that's actually crazy. Okay. Yeah, definitely gonna need a recap. We have about zero idea how we're gonna structure this. We have to like wait for it to come out.
Yeah.
Because like
the first chunk of the season is, I think someone calculated out to be like 9.5, 10 hours, and it's only 7 episodes.
Yeah, each episode's at least an hour long.
I mean, luckily I have that day off work, and I didn't book it, and I have the day off after, so I'm like, I can binge this.
I just invited a friend.
Oh, you have to
for the weekend. Yeah, no, I do.
We're gonna, depending on how this is gonna go, I think it very well could be a 2-parter episode. We just don't know, so just like be prepared for that. They would probably be released like within a day of each other or 2. Just like, I'll just need time to edit, and we have time to film as well.
Yeah, we have to figure out when we're doing that because I might not be around Monday because it's Memorial Day, so I might be at a barbecue.
That's okay. We could do it like the Tuesday, and then that gives us both a lot of time to like watch it, plan it, have notes or whatever, and be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long episode, whether it's 2 parts or 1. So just
if you have any ideas for how we can structure this, please let us know. We will happily take suggestions.
I feel like if they're going based off of last season, where like Jopper had their storyline, and then the Ship Ahoy, and then the kids, like I feel like that'd be a good way. But I feel like it might be like pre and post, considering the first 8 minutes were already released.
All I know is that Joyce and Murray are teaming up to go save Hopper. I know. And if I want Jopper, they are my babies. I need
this is the final season and they're not together yet.
It's not the final season. They have season 5 still. They're getting 5.
Wait, what?
They're getting 5 seasons.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. But yeah, if you have any ideas for how we can structure that, please let us know.
Yeah.
I don't want to do 2 parts because I always feel like it makes people lose interest, but like sometimes it's just necessary.
Or if you're fine with listening to like 1 like hour and a half to potentially 2 hour
You know what? With
episode.
How popular this show is, maybe people wouldn't mind if it was like a 2-hour episode. And besides, some of our episodes are an hour and a half.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like if we're putting out a 3-hour episode, that might be a little much.
Yeah, no. 2 hours is the cutoff.
Yeah. So if we hit 2 hours, that'll be it. Yeah. Let's go for like 2 hours and a half because I usually have to cut out a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I mean, that's how long the final episode of the season is.
Oh, I know. I'm like excited for it, but I'm just like, I do not have the attention span to like sit through that
for
long.
A movie.
I was watching the season 3 finale today, and it took so long.
How long was the season 3 finale?
An hour 18. So that's not even that bad.
No, that's like what the regular episodes this season are.
I know. I'm nervous.
I saw a tweet yesterday that someone quoted the times for each episode, and they're like, it's going to be 6 a.m. on May 27th, and someone's already going to be finished the episode and finish the season and post spoilers. And I was like, yep, no, you're right. So like literally will not be going on Twitter until I finish this because should I
mute all my new Jopper friends? I'm so sorry, besties. I don't want you to spoil if anything happens. I already knew all the cute moments they were gonna have because I started reading fan fiction before I actually got to them.
No, I'm just not gonna go on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I work on Friday.
Listen, I won't even be up probably till noon, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have spoilers too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna try to avoid them as much as possible.
I know. I might just maybe I'll just mute some words. Maybe I'll just mute Stranger Things, every single character name, every single ship name. That's it for the 10+2 show challenge.
This is such a long episode.
It's such a long episode, but I have a bit I have to cut out anyway. So.
Okay, good.
But thank you for joining us on this episode of Enter the Fangirls. You can keep up with us on social media. Our Twitter is Enter Fangirls, and our YouTube and Instagram are Enter the Fangirls.
Make sure you follow us wherever you listen to your podcast, and we can't wait for you to join us on our next episode. Once again, I'm Lexie.
I'm Sam, and this has been Enter the Fangirls.